Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adi Hazim bin Luqman, and this is our slide presentation for our occupational safety and health mini project from when we went to Sirim Kas International Sdn Berhad, located at Section 2 Shah Alam. So the group members are Adi Hazim bin Luqman, myself, Ahmad Nakiuddin bin Saifuddin, Ziad bin Zahari, Zul Hilmi bin Abdul Aziz, and Ahmad Fadlin Akmal bin Kamaruddin. First off, we will start with the project briefing. So as we know, hazards must be eliminated and workers must receive adequate training for there to be a safe and secure workplace. OSHA, or Occupational Safety and Health Administration, aids in preserving stable and fair working conditions. So the purpose of this project is to show the students how their industry has implemented occupational safety and health measures. So this is our organization chart. We have elected Ziad bin Zahari to be our chairman, and the members are Adi Hazim bin Luqman, Ahmad Nakiuddin bin Saifuddin, Zul Hilmi bin Abdul Aziz, and Ahmad Fadlin Akmal bin Kamaruddin. Next, we will be moving on to the company background. In March 1997, Sirim Kas International Sdn Berhad became a wholly owned subsidiary of Sirim Group. They act as a testing, inspection, and certification provider. They are also a partner of the International Certification Network. This means that the customers are from around the world to test, inspect, and certify their products. There are two key business activities of this company, which are to offer clients cutting-edge solutions through testing, inspection, and certification services so they may compete globally. And the second one is they act as a one-stop solutions provider for all customers' testing, inspections, and certification needs. Next, we will look at the products and the services of this company. Firstly, we will look at the management system certification. Sirim Kas International Sdn Berhad can help companies to improve their internal processes. The examples of the management system certifications are AS 9100, which includes Aerospace Quality Management System Certification, IATF 16949, which is Automotive Quality Management System Certification, ISO 13485, Medical Devices Quality Management System Certification, and many more. Next, we will look at the what type of products that the company certify. So, Sirim Kas International has been appointed by various regulatory agencies in Malaysia to conduct independent assurances for a wide range of products. They also are a product certifying authority accredited by Standards Malaysia under MSISO or IEC 17065 standard for the Product Certification Scheme Type 5, Eco-Labeling Certification Scheme Type 5, and Communication and Multimedia Certification Scheme Type Approval. So the examples are Product Certification Scheme, Batch Certification Scheme, Communication and Multimedia Product Certification, Eco-Labeling Scheme, Face Mask Certification, Furniture Certification Scheme, GMARC Certification Scheme, Gold Hallmarking Certification Scheme, IECEX Certified Equipment Scheme, and IECEX Certification of Personnel Competence for Explosive Atmospheres. And lastly, we will look at the type of inspections. So, the company does identification and verification of materials and welding filler materials, inspection and witnessing tests of new, used, or in services of steam boilers, unfired pressure vessels, pipelines, cranes, goods lift, passenger lifts, and other non-pressured steel structures. They also do inspection of new steam boilers, unfired pressure vessels, pipelines, cranes, goods lifts, passenger lifts, and other non-pressured steel structures during fabrication. They also do inspection of safe housing system, non-destructive and destructive assessment, including failure analysis and asset integrity. They also review and verify of the designs of steam boilers, unfired pressure vessels, pipelines, cranes, goods lifts, passenger lift, and other non-pressured steel structures. Risk-based assessments and inspections, and lastly, witnessing, verification, and endorsement of welding procedure specification (WPS) and welder qualification test (WPQT).
So hi and Assalamualaikum. So I would like to present about part A, which is facilities for occupational safety and health. My name is Ahmad Nakuddin. So we go to the part A, which is for facilities. There are various facilities that we have at the Sirim CAS, which is first safety and health policy at workplace. Next, we have testing facilities and industry standards. For the third one, we have facilities for OSHA that exist or should exist on site. The next one, we have the relevant acts, standards, and regulation. And last but not least, we have the safety equipment and personal protective equipment, or we call PPE. So let's talk about safety and health policy at the workplace. So at Sirim CAS, we have the safety and health policy that they put at the hallway for the worker and the visitor to see and read every day, so that they will bear in their mind that the Sirim CAS have the safety and health policy. So as we look at the slides, the policy, we have the visions, we have mission, we have the share value, we have quality objective, we have the quality policy, and the 5S policy and 5S objective. And last but not least, we have the occupational safety and health policy. Okay, for the testing facilities and industry standards. Okay, so we have several testing facilities and industry standards in Sirim CAS, which the category for the cyclic movement endurance test. So in this cyclic movement endurance test, we have, for example, for the industry standards, we have the fire resistant test, reaction to fire test, active fire protection system performance test, and cyclic movement endurance test. Okay, so next we have facilities for OSHA that exist or should exist on site. So as we look at the slide, at the Sirim CAS, we have already visited. We have fire extinguisher, and then we have the fire alarm, and then we have the fire hose, and the and then we have the foam monitor. But there are facilities that should exist on the site that we don't see too much at the Sirim CAS, which is the danger sign or warning sign or caution sign. So the Sirim CAS should put the danger board at the Sirim CAS more. Okay, we have the relevant acts, standards or regulations. So Sirimcast has has certified the OSAS 18001, which is this is the like safety and health policy for British standard. For Malaysian standard, the Sirimcast have the MS 1722. So next we have the safety equipment and personal protective equipment or PPE. So for the Serum cast which play with fire, the PPE is like a firefighter PPE which is fireproof and it's not easy to burn out.
This is the types of hazards that may occur and way to avoid. According to the Guidelines for Hazard Identification, Risk Assessment and Risk Control, (HIRAC 2008), a hazard is any source or circumstances that has the potential to cause harm to people, property, the environment, or any combination of these. A variety of work activities, including fire testing, creating fire prevention product models from the market, and simulation of fire safety equipment, have been completed by Sirim QAS International Sdn Bhd. Based on this activity, potential risks and hazards that are important to the employee's health and safety can be highlighted or analyzed. The hazards that may occur during fire testing activity. First one is ignition source heating. Appliances that generate heat typically run at temperature higher than those at which many common materials ignite. Proper maintenance, distance from combustibles, fuel storage, fuel controls, suitable chimneys or vents, and access to air for combustion are some of the issues. The fire chamber needs to be protected by a suppression system, and the chimney needs to be cleaned frequently to avoid the accumulation of debris that could start a flue fire. The manufacturer's instruction and code requirements must be followed during installation. Second, storage. Fire department access and to prevent material from becoming wet and forcing out the wall. Storage inside warehouses must be kept away from the outer walls by an aisle. Additionally, storage needs to be 24 inches away from ceilings. For obvious reasons, none of the codes allow storage in attics or boiler rooms. Containers should be provided where business operations generate trash or combustible waste, and this should be appropriately disposed of at least once per day. And third one is venting. Most days, a fire testing model and simulation will be conducted, and venting is crucial to removing dangerous smoke from the warehouse. Additionally, in order to prevent pollution, it is crucial to clean the smoke that comes out of fire testing through the chimney. The personnel within the warehouse could suffer harm if the ventilation is not made effectively due to an excessive intake of smoke from fire testing. Next is hazards that may occur from building fire precaution product model. First one is overhead crane. The warehouse is where product models are designed and constructed primarily using overhead crane. The overhead crane is used to move huge objects, and if there are employees working underneath, it could be dangerous. No other personnel should be near the transported items when the overhead crane is in use, and it is crucial to warn any workers if it is. The reason for this is that there is a chance that the object could fall and injure the workers. Second one is working at height. Generally speaking, when creating the model, the product should be as similar to the genuine product as possible. To finish the model, the workers will have to work hard, and if the right personal protective equipment (PPE) is not being utilized properly and appropriately, it could be dangerous. It is crucial that the employees adhere to the rules, take trainings, and be watched over at all times. And the third one is forklift. In a warehouse, forklifts are also employed, and when correct training and protocol are not followed, it could pose a major risk. Proper training is also essential, and a forklift should always be steered around the warehouse by another employee. The item being transported is heavy and dangerous, and there isn't much room for it. When working, it's crucial to constantly scan the area and maintain vigilance.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zulimi bin Raziz. So I will give a talk about part C, which is the procedure and activities need to be carried out in the event of an incident and secure. So if we have an accident, so what the activity that we need to do and the procedure. So first thing first, we have case one, critical injuries. So critical injuries can be specified as a critical accident, such as cut, for example, hand cut off. So first thing, we need to report critical injuries right away to the manager or the responsible supervisor. And second, we call 911 for medical help. After that, in case where the production line is stopped, if the production line is involved, so we need to stop the production line and make sure the staff leave the accident scene. Number five, don't attempt a rescue without qualified personnel. So no need to rescue the person if we don't have qualified. Number six, form of confidential incident injury reporting should be filled out. So we need to fill the report for injury. And lastly, submit an application for compensation and insurance based on your employment. So request for a insurance and compensation if we involve in critical injuries. For the next case is hazardous material leaks and spill. For example, we have materials such as mercury, petrol spill, oil spill. So the first thing that we need to do is when a potential harmful substance come in contact with the skin, you should flush the area vigorously with water for at least 50 minutes before medical help. Next, to ensure the staff and the environment safety, call 911 emergency. Number three, if at all possible, stop the hazardous material source. So the source of the material, we need to stop it. Number four, prior to having an adverse effect on the environment, leave the area and shut the department door. So if it involved in production line, stop the production line. Basic. Number five, avoid cleaning the space without trained staff. So no need to clean ourselves. Call for the trained staff to clean the space. And lastly, make it accessible to paramedic to stay. They can offer vital detail to help with the cleanup. So number three, common incident, which is fire. So fire, first thing first that we need to do is, in order to alert everyone in the company that emergency is secure, turn on the alarm first. So if we go to a company such as, basically all of the company will have a emergency button, break the glass. So after that, immediately call 999 and provide the necessary information. Three, as direct by the company, follow the leader of the safety company to the safe area and the designated route to the evacuation point. Basically, the designated route to the evacuation point will stamp on the some place to it make it visible to see. Number four, injured personnel should be treated or cautioned by medical emergency responders if there are any. Number five, verify that every employee has left the building and is gathered at the designated spot. So the designated spot we call emergency spot. Number six, inform the accident responsible party of the hazardous situation. So for fire, the system basically we have fire drill. So just follow the fire drill. And lastly, the electrical accident. So So avoid the person involved because the electrical could remain active. So do not touch the person that involved in electrical accident. So to get assistance and medical, call 911 as usual. Number 3, notifying the manager or supervisor. Call the manager or supervisor. Number 4, with the help of trained personnel, turn off the power supply for safety. So if the power supply are nearby, so turn off immediately the power supply. So number 5, details about the accident should be provided. And number 6, fill the accident form. So basically we have 4 cases. Case 1, critical injuries. Case 2, hazardous material leaks and spill. Case 3, fire. Case 4, electrical accident. So as you can see, all of the accident we need to call for help. 999 and 911. So notifying the manager and supervisor. Notifying. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to part D, which is economic of enforcement. So, I would like to talk about cost of practicing OSH. So, for the cost of practicing OSH in Sirimkas, there were several types of costs, which is facilities, training, qualification, maintenance, and insurance. So, for the facility breakdown, we have emergency facilities or PPE and other facilities. Next, for the training breakdown, we have the individual training, vendor training, and other trainings. And next, we have the breakdown for qualification, which we have technical management and others. And for the maintenance, we have equipment and facilities. And the insurance, we have personnel and company. So like we see at the slide, the estimated cost per year, we have the total of 201,000 per year for the cost of practicing OSH. Okay, so for the estimation of cost needed to pay if accident happen at Sirim Kas. So I have researched about this. We have the several type of cost, which is downtime, repair, re-rectification, compensation, and legal expenditures. So for the downtime breakdown, we have the supplier, the vendor compensation, and then the demand. And next, for the breakdown for repair, we need to repair equipment, we need to repair the facilities and inventory. For the rectification breakdown, we have the technical management and others breakdown. And then for the compensation, we have the breakdown for employee and others. And last but not least, we have the legal expenditures, which we have the breakdown for legal suits and investigation. So as we see, the estimated cost and or accidents in Ringgit Malaysia, which the total cost is the 855,000 per accident. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. I Ahmad Fadil Akmal bin Kamaruddin. So I'm going to present about OSH management system. So an OSH management system is to assist business in adhering to international standards for quality, safety, and sustainability. So CRIM offers service like testing, inspection, and product certification for items whether they are produced in Malaysia or elsewhere. So it is to ensure that their staff members are always working in a safe atmosphere, and any issue that might have an influence on their safety and well-being is immediately addressed. So OSH elements. So OSH elements have 5, which is policy, organizing, planning, and implementation, evaluation, and lastly is action for improvement. So for the policies have 3, which is safety and health policy, 5S policy, no give policy. So for safety is a company commitment to planning and managing workplace health, and safety is documented in a safety and health policy. So it describes how the employee will guarantee health and safety at work. So for the 5S is to reduce waste and boost productivity. The 5S methods works to create a workplace that is tidy, uncluttered, and well organized. So for the no-give policy has been implemented by CRIM throughout the company to prevent any present or potential conflicts of interest in business activities such as pride. So for the ISO 37001 anti-bribery management system. So the Serum International is a business that upholds the highest standards of morality, honesty in all aspects of its operations. So the company also always focus on preventing, eliminating, and corruption in the organization by complying with the MACC Act 2009. So next is the quality system. So quality system is the organization must implement a quality management system to guarantee that the standard of its goods and service meets or exceeds that of its clients. So CRM makes a quality a top priority in all their activities. The company's quality goals include maintaining and enhancing staff competency through training, ensuring that services are supplied in accordance with standards and guides and under regulations, and enhance competency of personnel throughout training to meet customers' requirements. So for health, safety, and environment implementation, so we have two, which is notice board and warning sign. Notice board is to educate employees about safety and health, and the board is located near a path where people frequently pass by. So warning sign is a sign for identify the closest safe location to the emergency related area. So for the whistleblower, is to fostering an environment in which anybody with knowledge of potential malpractice or misconduct is encouraged to disclose it in good faith and without fear of repercussions, to provide protection to employees who report misbehavior in the workplace. So for PPE, personal protective equipment, is one to reduce the wearer's exposure to risks that could result in injury or disease. So employers supply appropriate PPE for personnel on the job. Personnel were required to wear safety helmet, safety shoes, safety jacket, and so on. So for the safety committees are critical for fostering collaboration between employers and employees to ensure the success of safety and health, as well as contributing to the creation of workplace safety and health policy, procedure, and system. So for the fire evacuation, the fire department recommends that all employee executive participate in the fire drill training. There is information and guidance how to use extinguisher as well as procedures. Fire drills are not only used to prepare for when a fire occurs, but they may also be used to allow staff to practice evacuation procedure in a simulated circumstance. So that's all from me. Thank you.